Howdy, 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 YouTube. How you doing? Robert's Rantings. I'm Robert. I hope everybody's doing well today. I want to talk about a real important subject. I want to talk about family. As you can see, I'm a little cleaned up today because it's such an important subject, family. At least to me it is. I thought it was to most of America, and I've always, even as a younger man, thought of America as a big family, you know. In families, of course, there's different types of people. We've always had the drunken uncle, the older hater, the liberal aunt, and maybe the crazy cousin or two. But that's just part of family. And with America being a big family, that's kind of how it goes, you know. Everybody has their own opinion, and that's great. And you've got your rights, and I've got my rights, and you have your rights up until the point where you are infringing on my rights. That needs to sink in to everybody these days. And because we disagree doesn't mean we have to hate each other. We can still love each other. We can still like each other. We can disagree without saying that people need to die, Trump supporters need to die. Don't wear a red hat because you're inciting people to do stupid things. No, people want to do stupid things. It doesn't matter what color hat you're wearing, okay? And the only way we're going to get rid of any of these problems that we have as a family is to talk about them sensibly, okay? We can't be hollering and screaming at each other like Whoopi Goldberg does on That View. And that's a horrible program from what I can see. I've never watched it, so I don't know. But every clip I've ever seen of it is, of course, Whoopi going off on a tangent on somebody that typically doesn't deserve it and didn't really start it, you know. But the only smart thing I ever heard her say so far is that AOC needs to shut up so she can learn something, because you can't learn with your mouth running. That's pretty obvious. You know, it's like the Chic-Fil-A thing, and this baffles me a little bit. Not really, but kinda. Are cows not as important as chickens? Why aren't these people out front of McDonald's laying down? I'm gonna tell you what, I'll walk right over you for a damn spicy chicken sandwich. Them things are good, good, good. And the service there is great too. Not that this is a Chick-fil-A commercial or anything. I am definitely not sponsored by Chick-fil-A, but boy, would I love that, because I could eat a heck of a lot of them spicy chicken sandwiches. But you know, the thing about it is if we can't resolve anything without hollering and screaming and pointing fingers, or having some big investigation that burns up all the tax dollars, we're not going to get anything done, you know. I see now that Cummings wants an investigation of Pence for staying at a Trump hotel. What? All that man knows how to do is waste tax money and steal tax money, from what I've seen, because he sure is getting rich sitting up there pointing his finger at everybody. Something going on there. He better come clean, or else somebody's going to clean up for him. And you know, all these younger people that are going out and putting on masks and basically doing criminal things. You know, when you again, like I said, when you have your rights until mine get infringed on. A few years back, they had a protest here in Baltimore where they blocked off the entrance to Baltimore, the highway. And I sat in that traffic for a good 2 or 3 hours. And by the time I crossed, you know, where they were having that demonstration, I was so damn mad. I didn't care what they were protesting about anymore. Didn't make a damn difference to me at all. Screwed up my day, screwed up my customers' day, screwed up lots of people's day, okay? That's all it did, because I don't even remember what the damn protest was about, okay? Sometimes you yell so loud, you don't get your point across. Sometimes you need to whisper to get your point across. And we really need to start whispering to each other because everybody's shutting down, okay? And that's not how a family works. One of my sons said to me when he was in high school, you know, me being a big macho guy and everything, he said to me, "Dad, what would you do if I was gay?" And you know what I said to him? "Well, you're my son, and I would love you no matter what you are, no matter what you decide, I would love you." And he said, "Well, what would you do if I was dating a black girl?" And I said, "You can't do anything to make me stop loving you." And you know what he said to me? "Okay, Dad, well, I'm dating a black girl." I said, "Okay, it is what it is, you know." And I didn't think less of him, and still don't to this day. He's a great kid, so are all my kids. Now, one thing that these people don't understand is that the biggest gang in the world is the feds, okay? And if they keep on poking at the feds, they're going to find trouble. I can guarantee you that. Feds have over a 99% conviction rate. They don't fool around. If they want you, they're going to get you, okay? So keep on messing around like they did up there in Boston, you know, and I know the feds weren't involved with it, but the protesters started getting up in the police's faces and everything, and I don't know how it actually went completely down, but a bunch of them ended up getting wood shampoos by them nightsticks. And you know what? Seemed to me like they deserved it, you know? And then the police came in with their motorcycles and blared the sirens on them and just blared them and blared them and blared them. And I thought that was hilarious because these people aren't going about it the right way. They could learn a lot from Martin Luther King Jr. and his protests because his protests worked. People listened. Change happened, okay? And we can have more change, but not the way they're going about it. Oh, no, no, They're cutting off their nose to spite their face. They're fools. And if you go out there and you hang out with them, you're a fool, okay? Nobody covers their face with good intentions, all right? I'm here. You see my face? I got good intentions, all right? You might not agree with me, and if you don't agree with me, make sure and give me a big thumbs down. I'm fine with that. I don't care about disagreeing, and it don't mean I'm going to hate on you either, all right? And you can sure give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm saying. But more importantly, with all the family members that we have, one thing that's real important is, in America, we got a thing called Thanksgiving. And at the end of the day, everybody sat down at the table and ate together, no matter what their opinion was. If they were even still disagreeing at the time, we would all sit down at the table. We all loved each other. We were all a family. And that's what America needs to get back to, okay? We need to become a family again, you know? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and mine isn't more important than yours, all right? But it is as important. No matter what color hat I'm wearing, no matter where I sit at the table, even if they make me sit at the children's table, my opinion still matters. And so do opinions of children, speaking of that, you know? And they're not being taught correctly as far as I'm concerned. They're being taught opinions instead of facts. And that's no good. We can't expect the next generation to rule properly if they're not taught properly. Remember that, family, you know? We all need to get together and sit down at the table at the end of the day and eat, okay? And here's another thing. Now, and I'm not picking on Muslims when I say this, all right? Because their God's just as important as my God as far as I'm concerned. But my God has been kicked out of this country, basically, one step at a time. And now they want me to respect and honor their God. Well, you don't respect my God. Why do I have to respect your God? That's a whole topic in itself, okay? If we can't have prayer for my God in schools, why do we want prayer for your God in schools? Let's all think about that for a minute. Why is Allah more important than Jesus? He's not, okay? I respect Allah. I respect everyone that believes in Allah. But you got to respect me back in order to keep my respect. And that's a family thing, all right? You know, I knew a lot of people that didn't want Obama to be president, not because he was black, because of his views, all right? And I had a real smart man say to me, an elder of mine, say to me, well, Bob, now he's in office, so we got to give him a chance and see how he does. Well, in my opinion, he did a terrible, terrible job, and he did terrible things while he was in office. But the same respect is not given to Trump. Why is that? Because he's got money? Because he says what he wants? Be honest with you, I'd rather have an honest president who says dumb stuff once in a while rather than a liar and a thief and a cheat. Okay? So let's think about that. Now, family, I hope we can all get together and sit down at the table at the end of the day. I really pray that we can, to whatever God you want to pray to. Be nice to each other.